Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm reviewing Nope in what I feel like is a pretty good setting to review a movie like Nope, because without giving too much away, and I'll only get into light spoilers anyway in this video, just trust me when I tell you it's a very environmental movie. So, some movies are very city and town oriented, other movies are more environmental. This is definitely an environmental movie. So here I am in an interesting environment to share my review of Nope with you. Before we get into the light spoilers, let me just give you my quick thoughts. I loved Nope. I thought it was a fantastic movie. Definitely go see it in the theater. I haven't seen Jordan Peele's movie Us, his previous one, but the one before that, Get Out, I did see, but I did not see it in a theater. I don't think that was necessarily a movie you had to have seen in the theater to fully appreciate it. Nope. You gotta see it in the theater. The sound, the cinematography, the atmosphere is just fantastic, and you really need to see it in a theater to get your full enjoyment out of this movie. Great cast, but I think with a movie like this, as good as the cast is, the actual things that happen within the movie, and like I said, the environment is kind of center stage in a movie like this. So while it was a great cast and they all did a great job, I don't necessarily think you're watching a movie like this to see any individual performance by any of the individual actors. You're really going to see it to be part of this experience. So with that out of the way, some very light spoilers. As I've been saying multiple times in this review, it's a very environmental sort of movie. What I mean by that is the places people are in and what's happening in these places and what's happening to certain objects or certain movements or what's in front of or behind something else is all part of this experience, and it's really something. I haven't seen too many movies, at least in recent times, where I feel like the environment, the locations people are in plays such a central role to getting the most out of this viewing experience. In fact, I hate to make comparisons like this, but a lot of sci-fi shows we've been seeing lately, like from Disney Plus and with Star Trek, they're shooting a lot of scenes in what's called the volume, or one of these sort of stages where everything is kind of illuminated around everyone with 3D imagery, which in some ways is awesome. It's better than just doing everything with CG after the fact and doing green screens and all that. But there's something that feels kind of constricted and artificial about these sorts of environments. I mean, obviously they're artificial environments, but they feel like artificial environments to a degree. Everything in Nope felt so real and so visceral, like you're in these expansive places with amazing vistas and sky and motion. There's so much that feels big about this movie. Again, that's why I recommend you see it in the theater. The other thing I'd like to say, which is also just a light spoiler, is a lot of horror movies need to have these tropes of like everyone's isolated and nobody can get a hold of people, and that's harder and harder to do now in the age of the internet and cell phones, so you have to come up with reasons why cell phones don't work and electricity doesn't work and all these different things. While there's some of that in this movie, there's also kind of a lot of explanation based on what's happening in the plot of why certain people can't get a hold of other people at different times, or why things aren't working, electricity and appliances and so forth. It's kind of all part of the exposition of the plot, and some of the plot's actually driven by connectivity. People being able to communicate with each other over the internet and using cell phones actually is part of the story, instead of just like, oh, by the beginning of Act 2, everyone's isolated, nobody can get hold of anybody, and you're not in civilization till the end of the movie. There's nothing like that. There's lots of going back and forth between more rural areas and more urban areas, and connectivity is kind of coming in and out for different reasons. And I thought that was really clever. It was really well done. It kind of gives you a different feel than you might get with some sort of more tropey horror movies of today. I'm also not entirely sure I would label this as a horror movie. It's kind of a blend of horror and sci-fi and adventure and drama and even some comedy. It's just a whole blend of different genres, which I think we've come to expect at this point from Jordan Peele. Just very innovative, very experimental. I love it. So again, this is a great movie to go see in the theater. I highly encourage you to go check it out. And if you'd like more of these sort of ad hoc reviews in interesting places, as I'm doing whatever, please let me know in the comments below. And also let me know what you thought of Nope if you've seen it. Please keep to light spoilers because we don't want to ruin anyone's experience in the comments. All right, thank you everyone for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see ya.